wow. Oh, I forgot his name. Oh my god. Why can't I talk? What am I trying to say? I'm gonna keep starting this section over again. I don't know. Oh, I can't talk. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Azaria's Place. It's another theater week, so today we're talking all about Diana, the musical. So, I know that there's probably mixed feelings as there is about everything coming to Broadway nowadays, but I'm actually excited just to talk about it because I don't know a lot about it, and I think that makes it much more fun. So I learned a lot more in researching for this video. So we're just gonna jump right into it and just talk about everything that I know about it so far, seeing as it's now coming to Netflix, which is a really popular thing right now. And yeah, I guess we can just get to the bottom of all that information, how and why, and what that means for the film coming to Netflix. So we're gonna start actually at the very beginning, and I'm actually gonna start with something that's kind of unrelated but is related. So in case you did not know, Diana, Princess of Wales, real person. And this musical talks about her life and I guess her change from just being an ordinary woman to becoming this princess and this public figure. And she was very beloved by everyone. And so I know that a lot of people took Diana's death very hard, and it was such a big cultural shock, I guess, in a way as well. So there are lots of people on this planet that grieved Diana in different ways, and one of them was through a musical. So you may not know this, but the first incarnation of a Diana musical was actually Princess Diana the Musical, but it was in 2013. And that musical was written by Karen Sokoloff-Javitch, and she wrote this musical in 2013, and it had a cabaret setting performance in 2013, and that's when the musical is said to have been dated to as well. So I couldn't find a lot of information about that except for the one performance in that cabaret style that was at Camp Bar in St. Paul, Minnesota. However, the recording seems to have featured different cast members than the musical cabaret in Minnesota. So like I said, I couldn't find a lot of information about this, but this is actually completely separate from the Diana musical. But like I said, those who were in the cabaret are apparently not the same people that were on that recording. So if you find anything more about that, please let me know in the comments below if you're interested in things like that. I am. I'm probably going to keep searching for it after this is over. Fast forward a few years, in 2019, Joe DiPietro and David Bryan teamed up and wrote the music and lyrics for Diana the Musical, which premiered at the La Jolla Playhouse in California. I am not sure how much of the original cast was in that original production. However, I do know that Gina DeWall, who plays Princess Diana, was a part of that original production, has stayed with it, and ended up being Diana on Broadway, so it's really exciting. So I guess fast forward another year, and it was in previews this March at the Longacre Theater, and it actually had 9 previews before the shutdown happened, and so it was only 19 days away from opening on Broadway. So I guess this is their way of marketing the musical and getting a bigger audience to come see it once it does come to Broadway, because when I checked the Princess Diana musical website, they have set their opening for May 25th, 2021. So they're anticipating opening hopefully in the spring. I'm sure a lot of actors want to go back to work, and that is the date that they have said they will be returning, so I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping that they get to actually open on that day. It'd be really nice. So Diana actually, like I said, the music and lyrics are by Joe DiPietro and David Bryan. They are the writing team behind Memphis the Musical, which won the Tony Award for its season that it opened, and they also wrote this musical called Toxic Avenger, which if you don't know the Toxic Avenger, go listen to it. I think that when you think about Diana, the Toxic Avenger, and Memphis, all completely different types of styles of music. From what I've heard about Diana and the 2 songs I've listened to from Diana, and the entire cast of The Toxic Avenger and Memphis, they're a very versatile writing team. If you listen to Memphis and listen to Toxic Avenger, you'll understand what I mean by how versatile they are as writers. But again, so I'm anticipating the score to be absolutely lovely. If you don't know the name David Bryan, or you do know the name David Bryan, it's probably because he is one of the founding members of the band Bon Jovi. So he also writes musicals, what do you know? I'm very excited though. I was not excited until I heard more details about it in looking for stuff for this video. The cast, as I mentioned, features Dina DeWall, who you may know from Carrie the musical in its 2012 version with Christy Altamore and Derek Klena. She played Chris. So that's the voice you hear singing the world according to Chris. But she was also in the second national tour of Wicked as Glinda, and she also was an American Idiot on Broadway, and she was also in the original cast of Kinky Boots. So I am excited just to see how she plays Diana, because the cast that was set to open on Broadway are actually the actors that will be in the Netflix version, because it's going to be similar to Hamilton without an audience. And funnily enough, the crew recording the Diana movie is actually the crew that recorded Hamilton. So I think it's going to be very interesting just to see the differences and all of that and how that's going to be. I'm very excited to just see it. And I'm excited that it's going to be a live stage production. So all of the cast, I believe, is quarantining together at the same place, and they are filming at the Longacre Theater, which is where Diana was being housed for its run on Broadway. And then they were tested periodically, possibly still being tested weekly, and they were given the green light that they don't have to wear their masks and they can just film full force. So I'm very excited just to see how this all comes together. Diana is directed by Christopher Ashley, who actually is a director and producer on Broadway. He also directed Come From Away, which is a beautiful show. I also recommend that one. Christopher Ashley is also the artistic director at the La Jolla Playhouse, where Diana did its original premiere. And he's also directed and produced musicals like Hands on a Hard Body, Donna, the Donna Summer musical, Indecent, things like that. He's kind of just all over, and if you don't know his name, you should. Also featured in the cast is Tony Award winner Judy Kaye as Queen Elizabeth, so I'm very excited to see her in this. And it also features different ensemble members from different shows that I love, such as Zach Adkins, who you may have known from Anastasia, and Nathan Lacruzio, who was in Aladdin. So I'm excited just to see this cast bring this show to life. I can't pronounce the name of the man playing Prince Charles. I believe his name is Rowe, but I cannot pronounce that last name. And so I'm going to put a picture of him and the rest of the cast up for you to be able to see right over here. I think that what I've heard of it is going to be very good. Of course, there are some negative comments about it just because some people think this is a disgrace to Diana's memory that there's even a musical in the first place, but I think that song is just a wonderful way to express ourselves, and there are tons of people, obviously, historians included, that are intrigued by people's lives and expressing someone else's story. So I'm very excited just to see the direction they take this in, and the direction Christopher Ashley took Diana in as well, because like I said, Diana was beloved by many people, and I don't know a ton about her, but I know that she was very impactful for a lot of people. So I think that a lot of people will flock to the theater when it opens to see this show. And yeah, I'm very just intrigued to see how it goes, and I'm more excited that it'll be the production on stage at the theater. So it's just another great way of making theater more accessible for everybody, and I'm excited to watch more things from my living room and from my bed, so I'm not going to complain. And it's exciting to see the original Broadway cast also being able to do this, and I don't know why they would hire other people for it, but it's just still nice to see. And lastly, I just wanted to shout out, seeing as this is going to be a filmed production from the stage, I think it's just really important to note that there are so many people behind the scenes that we aren't seeing, such as our designers. So it was choreographed by Kelly Devine, and it will also have its scenic design by David Zinn, and its costume design is by William Ivy Long, which you may know from Cinderella, and its lighting design is by Natasha Katz, and their sound designer is Gareth Owen. So I'm just excited to see it all come together. I know they're excited to get it on its feet and to be able to be doing theater right now, so I am just happy that this is kind of a step. So maybe if we can do it for one musical, we can do it for all. Hashtag Moulin Rouge. I don't know. Who said that? That's, I think, everything I have for you guys today. Look out for that. Apparently, the musical is set to hit Netflix prior to their opening on Broadway, and if Broadway ends up staying shut down for a long time, of course it will come out beforehand, but I think they are anticipating it coming out prior to its anticipating opening in May. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, Boys in the Band is coming on in 2 days on Netflix, so go watch that. But before I ramble about how much I'm excited for that, let's go on to the show tune spotlight. as I said before, there was a Diana musical prior to this Diana musical, which can be very confusing. But I actually am not going to do a show tune from the old one, but from the new one. But like I said, it's not on Spotify or any streaming service yet, as I believe in an interview or some sorts, Judy Kaye said they were recording it on September 12th. So I believe the cast album has been recorded at this point, but it has not been released. But I will link below the song that I'm going to use in my show tune spotlight today. And there's really no reason other than the fact that it's from Diana the Musical and that it's a little sampling and a little taste. I believe there's another song that's also on their YouTube channel called Underestimated, but I decided to choose the song If from Diana the Musical just because, I don't know, something about it was just so beautiful and so elegant, and I feel like it spoke princess to me. Like it seemed like it was the right interpretation for Diana and who she was and all that she hoped her reign would be, I guess. So I decided to go with If. So, like I said, Diana was set to open this year in March of 2020, and hopefully it'll have its official Broadway opening in 2021. So be on the lookout for that. Again, its music and lyrics are by David Bryant and Joe DiPietro. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and be kind.